Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Tom Spark and welcome back to another VPN review. Today we are checking out none other than PrivateVPN. This is a VPN that could be private, but it also could be a VPN that some people on my channel have been asking me to re-review for 2021. I haven't done a review on it in quite some time. Now, PrivateVPN is interesting actually because I kind of liked it last time. It's not a bad VPN, so let's go ahead and see, if they've made any cool updates or what's kind of changed with the service. My goal of this review is to help you decide if you should purchase it or not. Why should you trust me and trust my recommendation whether you should purchase it or not? Well, it's because I've done over 60 plus VPN reviews here in the last 5 years or so, pretty much more than anyone else on YouTube, and I never take sponsorships for my VPN content. It's purely mostly objective, some subjective here and there, but everything is analytical and tested by the applications, speeds, pricing, reputation, stuff like that you will find important. So we're going to be running it through the paces. If you want to check out vpntierlist.com to check out my other reviews and rankings and stuff like that, feel free to do so. Click on some links to support the channel. If you do decide you like PrivateVPN, go ahead and click on the link down in the description down below and it'll help support the channel as well, since I am an affiliate. But like I said, not sponsored, so this is unbiased. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and check out what PrivateVPN has to offer in 2021 compared to other VPN services. So guys, one funny thing about PrivateVPN, and I'm not sure why they do this, I could see why they do this. Perhaps they're trying to prevent hackers or malicious actors from attacking their website. The funny thing is that you actually can't visit PrivateVPN with a VPN on. You can't really look at the prices or buy it or anything like that, so it looks like you're going to have to jeopardize your security and privacy a little bit with PrivateVPN. Fortunately, I have disabled, and I just made some kind of new browser thing there. What the heck? There we go. All right, so it's leaking my IP. I'm gonna have to blur that out at the top, which is annoying, but nothing can be done about that. Now, PrivateVPN is interesting because it's actually priced quite well. The 1 month is affordable at only $8. 1 year is $50. Wait a second. Oh, so it's $50 billed every 12 months, and okay, I figured it out. It's $50 for 2 years and $50 respectively every 12 months after that. So I'm not a huge fan of that model. I find it confusing. I find it a little bit tricky. I wish PrivateVPN would do a $50 1-year model, and then for 2 years just make $100. It's simpler, it's easy to understand. Technically, this is getting $50 for 2 years, which is a better deal. So that's not a bad deal, I can't lie. But still not my favorite method of pricing, since it is a bit confusing for customers, I believe. $15 for 3 months is also extremely solid, actually. Maybe this could be the best plan out of all of them, perhaps. But $8 a month, I also like that. Pretty affordable 1 month. As I recommend here on the channel, I usually recommend trying out VPNs for 1 month to see if you like it. So it's nice to see each plan is affordable. I do like that. We have 6 simultaneous connections and pretty much everything here, and a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as Bitcoin options, but not any support for any other cryptocurrencies. Overall, not a bad pricing system from PrivateVPN. Pretty good, pretty good. One thing I found annoying about the website, I don't know if it's just me, but it's kind of hard for me to find the download. Usually it doesn't take that long, and it kind of took me a while. I had to go to the installation guide, go to Windows, click here and there. There probably is an easier way to do it, and someone will probably leave a comment letting me know that. But PrivateVPN, if you watch this, maybe make it easier to find a download. Put some kind of link up here that just says downloads. Let people download it. Make it easier. Thank you. Anyways, let's go ahead and test out the application. We're going to be testing out what it kind of feels like in terms of GUI, and then we're going to be running it through the application analysis to do a feature-by-feature breakdown. Then after that, we'll be doing speeds, reputation, customer support, stream compatibility, and so on. So stay with us, folks. Stay with us. So guys, this is what PrivateVPN looks like, and I actually quite like the interface. For some reason, it just feels kind of friendly and modern. And I think what does this for me is that PrivateVPN has like an advanced view and a simple view, which is actually a cool idea. As you can see here, if you click the advanced view, you could see more settings. Click simple view, you could see more of the simplistic application. I've never seen that actually done before effectively, or really even attempted. Now it's pretty cool because the advanced view just kind of has like this connection area and then the settings as well. It's all kind of within one area, which I actually quite like. One thing I do think that PrivateVPN could improve though, at least for like that user experience with this like simple experience, they should have a auto connect or auto find location feature, so that way you can get just a quick connection to a server. I think basically what the idea is, it's not, ruining your privacy or anything like that, finding your location. It will just find, kind of where you are based on where the last ping is, so it could find you like that ideal server. I don't really think this has a feature like that. You kind of just have to manually look for one that's close to your location, which is fine. I did notice though that it didn't have a Seattle server, so that's gonna probably impact my speed somewhat. You could change the different connection types here. I'm a little disappointed that we're not seeing WireGuard or IKE v2. However, it is nice to see OpenVPN, I guess. We also have a good amount of encryption options, which is quite nice, which is a little bit unique. You don't see that too often. Really, you only see that with some things like private internet access and TorGuard. If we look at the settings, here are the settings, mostly just kind of auto connection things and stuff like that. We have some kill switches, an application guard, which will kind of be like an application kill switch. Again, I've only really seen that with one other VPN, TorGuard VPN. It used to actually be a part of the application analysis, but kind of removed it because it's not essential. But I do like to actually see it here, and it's kind of a cool feature to shut down an application when the VPN shuts down, just to make sure you don't leak anything that way. Kind of like a double measure almost. One thing I don't really understand about PrivateVPN's interface, however, is that when I click on these little like question marks, nothing really happens. It would be cool to have a little information explaining information about what each feature does. I've actually said a lot of VPNs should do that, so maybe I'm not doing something right. Let me know down in the comments down below if you have any suggestions on how to get this these kind of thumbnail things to work, or little asterisks, or maybe they're not working. We also have some obfuscation techniques in the form of stealth VPN and a little bit of port customization there, not a ton though. Now, one thing I did notice which was a little odd is that when I was looking at the service selection tab, I couldn't really find information about streaming services or how to connect to these. I'm gonna have to talk to support and see if I could figure that out, because right now it doesn't really seem like they're available. I'm not really quite sure why, so yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out. So guys, this is the application analysis for PrivateVPN, and it kind of is a weird application in a lot of ways. Well, one thing I did find out is that like the streaming section is not really needed anymore. It just kind of uses like smart DNS, which is fine. It works well, as we'll discover later on. But kind of one thing here is that PrivateVPN is kind of outdated a little bit in its protocol selections. It doesn't have IKE v2 or WireGuard. It also could use some things like ad blocking and split tunneling, a little bit more DNS customization perhaps. The good thing is it does kind of have some interesting things, like it does have a BitTorrent proxy, which is really nice. It does have server performance and a little bit of latency presentation, and overall it does have important things like kill switches. It uses OpenVPN as kind of the standard thing. It has 2 Android trackers, which isn't horrible. It's better than some options out here that we've done already this year. It does have 3 website trackers though, some kind of fonts or something like that I noticed, and 9 permissions, which is actually lower than the other VPNs we've been reviewing lately, as you could see. So overall, I do think PrivateVPN has a decent application. It could improve by adding more protocols. I do like the overall general user interface and kind of ideas there. They do need to remove that streaming section, because since it kind of makes it look a little bit outdated, or the fact that they don't really support that section of it and kind of move to a different methodology, the fact that it still looks there is kind of confusing, and they should remove that section. Overall though, not a bad application. All right guys, so now we're going to be doing a speed test with PrivateVPN. We're going to run it a little bit, check out the speeds down here. I might do additional testing. Wow, that is actually really fast, surprisingly. Now I was going to say that there could be a couple things to influence speeds. Namely, it doesn't seem to support WireGuard quite yet. It doesn't have IKE v2. It does kind of have a limited service selection. But so far, these tests, let's stop this and see again, seem to be very promising. I'm not sure how these speeds are so quick. Maybe there's not a lot of users on this, or the servers aren't overloaded. I'm not really sure. But honestly, guys, these speeds are pretty close to 5 out of 5, especially for OpenVPN. This is very impressive. So much so that I almost have a feeling they might be using OpenVPN 2.5. So according to PrivateVPN, they do have live chat on their website, and I was kind of testing it out. I waited like 30 minutes or so with this question that I had, as I mentioned before, about the streaming IPs and stuff like that. And they didn't really seem to be active during my time zone. Maybe they're active during Sweden's time zone, which is where they're based, or maybe on that more EU time zone kind of thing. So it could be up to you. I'll give them a little bit of extra point there, maybe half a point or something like that for having live chat. Now, while I kind of had trouble accessing that live chat, it's kind of funny, around 30 to 40 minutes after trying to access it, I actually got an email saying like, hey, you know, we're here to help you with your problem. And then I was talking to them and they were able to help me. So it's not like immediate access to live chat. Maybe if you wait a while, you could be talking to someone, you know, not during their times. Maybe they only have like a couple people working on prime time hours, like in their location. You know, but I do gotta say the support does seem really good. I gotta give them high points here because they did solve my problem. They were responsive. And overall, I was just pretty impressed by their support team. So guys, what do I think about the reputation of PrivateVPN? Well, I think this is their office. It's owned by a company called Private Communication Service AB or something like that. It's a Sweden company, which is kind of cool. There's not too many of those. We got like Movad, OVPN, and now this one. And all three of these VPNs are pretty reputable. I've never really heard anyone complain too much about this company or say anything about it. There's never been any kind of big case of giving away logs or anything like that. So I do think it is pretty trustworthy. I don't really know too much about it, but yeah, so not bad. I guess this is kind of area of the office. Pretty cool office, huh? What's that sign say? I don't know. So right away, just testing out the server that I could, the one I connected to. It does seem to be working with Hulu. For some reason though, Netflix does not seem to be working. I'm not sure why. As you can see, it will not do it. I'm reloading the page. Hey guys, so I actually figured out how to get it working, and what I did is I actually talked to support, which was actually pretty helpful. They explained to me that the streaming tab is actually not really used anymore. PrivateVPN, I think you should actually kind of sunset that kind of interface, you know, sunset this section, get rid of that, because it does make it a little bit more confusing. The way it does work though is not confusing at all. It's just a smart DNS kind of solution with these servers, and it seems to work really well. I just kind of ran into a problem with having some kind of DNS address in my network configuration, so I reset my network adapter on my computer, connected, and it does show the USA version of Netflix, which is very well done. Great job, guys. So the cool thing is that Prime Video does work. Let's go ahead and try out a UK server to see if it works with BBC iPlayer. The cool thing is that it does indeed work with BBC iPlayer. So nice job there. So guys, now we are here at the end of the review, and I gotta say congratulations PrivateVPN for making it to tier 1. Not just making it to tier 1, actually getting it halfway through as well. They've done really good here in a couple different categories, and aggregately they've done really well. And they've also done really well just in terms of an aggregate score. They've done really well in pricing. It's affordable for pretty much every category. I would like improvements, however, made to the increase in pricing after a certain amount of time. But even then, I think it's still a fair price, especially since it includes streaming. Secondly, the application I do think needs some improvements in terms of maybe sunsetting some of the old interface features that no longer work, as well as implementing things like ad blocking, split tunneling, new protocols like WireGuard would be great, and I would think that they would increase the speeds even more. However, that said, speeds aren't really an issue here. They're very fast for me in speed tests, although I didn't include those in the video since they're not always accurate. Torrent tests perform very well, getting really good downloads. Reputation here is pretty good, almost perfect. You know, I haven't been able to find anything about them. They seem a pretty reputable company. I can't confirm a 5 out of 5 reputation until they do join the RVP. I've been talking with them a little bit about it, and they do seem interested, but they haven't confirmed that they want to be accepted into it yet, although they do seem to meet the qualifications so far. Streaming seems pretty perfect. You gotta make sure that you don't have any DNS on your computer, any additional numbers there, have it clear, and let the DNS from this VPN take over, and it should unblock most streaming services. Finally, support. While live chat can be a little bit wonky, support tickets work well, and they do seem interested in helping the customers, which is really nice, ending up at a final score of 4.41. This is a great VPN, guys. Another solid option from TorGuard and WeVPN both. I think this is a little bit higher rated than WeVPN because it's a little bit more stable and older, but it does present actually similar kind of feature sets of a low price and a pretty good VPN with high speeds and good streaming compatibility. Now, if you want to support this channel and you like the sound of PrivateVPN, you want to try it out, go on and click on the links down in the description down below. It'll help support the channel through affiliation, and I'll see you guys again in the next unbiased, objective VPN review. Thanks for checking by, guys, and I'll see you again very soon.